Thinking about home. My home country is Malaysia. It's a nation located at Southeast Asia between Singapore, Thailand, and of course we have another part of Malaysia to the east of Malaysia that's in Borneo. And I'm just sharing with you on how much I miss my country while being here overseas, traveling between Liverpool, London. We'll be heading over to the European Union regions, Poland, Hungary, Italy, and then to New York in February. And then March with a 3 weeks short break back in Malaysia. And then it's off on the plane again to Shanghai for the Global Entrepreneurs Congress, in which Your Big Years official world tour will be launched. And then we'll be heading to countries like South Africa, South America, Canada, the Oceanic region, visiting companies, visiting successful entrepreneurs, speaking to world leaders, exchanging dialogues and presenting our ideas across on public platforms, hopefully to reach out to the youth, to the public of the world. But to speak about my country in Malaysia, I've seen a lot has progressed just me being here for 2 weeks. I like to say that every time when I see the Facebook feeds online, it touches me a lot. And at the same time as well, to look at what my friends are doing, it gives me inspiration every day to be here. I've always been posed with a question on what value I can bring back to my country, which I hope the value that I can do is basically widening our prospects in terms of me learning, getting my hands dirty, getting involved, participating in volunteer projects as I travel around the world, as I meet world leaders to talk about Malaysia, to talk about the youths in Malaysia, to talk about the projects I've been involved in, like One Young World, the Youth Foundation, My Harapan, and really to share with them our Malaysian perspective. But at the same time, not only sharing, it's also about absorbing. In a sense, wherever I go, best practices. Wherever I go, new people whom I've met. I hope to be able to share some of this context as well when I go back home. Hopefully, they will bring a better development, prosperity to the community. I know I'm using large words right here, but with little efforts that both of us do, that we do together during our free time or our self-initiative, we can make that difference. And I must say that being here in Liverpool, it's a different culture in its own. Like, while I'm here, people here drink a lot of wine. I rarely drink any alcohol when I'm back at home. The food prices here are cheap, are affordable if you're a local here. But if you're from Malaysia, you're trading the ringgit to the pound, if you're thinking in that manner, you would not be able to eat at all. So you gotta put that behind you. You gotta have strong financial backing before you embark on a journey to a country who has a stronger currency. I think that's common knowledge. But more importantly as well, I could see the culture here where in the UK, from my brief impression right here, a lot of things are being done based on protocols and bureaucracy. People here tend to be very relaxed, which is good. Very relaxed, very calm when they do something. Unlike most people who perceive Asians to be 24/7, always on the dot, working. I can see people here coming out on Saturday and Sundays, shopping, spending time with their families. It's beautiful. At the same time as well, I've witnessed some regulations being imposed here in Liverpool, where on the weekends, retail shops are only allowed to open for 7 hours if I'm not wrong. Basically, I was told by a friend who's a local here, it is a move implemented to encourage people to stay at home or to spend more family time instead of just being glued to the retail outlets. Hence, the opening hours are what I would say stipulated here in Liverpool. And it's also really interesting here as well, where if you parked your car wrongly, if you have committed a traffic offense by parking your car at a place that you should not have, basically the cops here is all armed with evidence, where they will take pictures of your car, with a digital camera. They'll give you your coupon or your summon, but they'll make sure that they have that footage to show that you have basically committed a traffic offense, a parking offense, if you'd say. So really interesting culture right here. And traveling around Liverpool and London, I've also been told that the public here, they're all encouraged to take public transportation. Hence, you would see a lot of people walking by here to there, henceforth, everywhere. The streets are always busy. And to really think that the transportation system here is very efficient, because you can literally walk from point A to point D, which is not too far at all, but you would have reached many destinations in between, prime landmarks during your journey getting from A to D. So I've seen a lot of cultural differences here, in a sense where people tend to say, where in Malaysia we tend to be very adherent to protocols. We tend to call people with their name, their titles, and we used to perceive in the Western world as okay, but not really. Right here we do call people, if they're given their honorary title, their titles, as a sign of respect. However casual someone may be, I still think it's always good for us to show our respect. So again, I'm just sharing this cultural differences, my perspectives here, since being in Liverpool, and I've been traveling to London as well, to Manchester, to Chester. It's really interesting to see the cultural differences. People here are warm. Liverpool is a lovely city. I would encourage everyone watching this to come. But more importantly, I believe, is to keep your eyes wide open, to appreciate the cultures as you travel to different countries, and to embrace them as part of your unique experience, especially if you're traveling the world. And thanks, guys. I miss everyone back at home, but this is going to be an exciting year for me ahead. So thanks everybody, and good night.